Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on what I like to call the hidden engine of any successful hotel, its operating, supplies, and equipment, or OS&E. We're going to uncover how every little thing, from a headset to a computer mouse, has a direct impact on your bottom line. Let's get started. As a hotel AI expert, I'm really pleased to welcome all of you students from Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. You know, in today's hospitality world, success is built on a rock-solid foundation of operational excellence. And that's exactly what this is all about, giving you the practical, real-world knowledge you need to build that foundation for yourself. Okay, so before we really get into the weeds, we've got to clear up a really important distinction. On one hand, you've got FF&E, that's your furniture, fixtures, and equipment. Think of the big, permanent capital items, like the beautiful furniture in the lobby. But our focus today is on the other side, OS&E, the operating supplies and equipment. These are the everyday tools, your headsets, keyboards, phones. And here's why this matters so much. You'd never forget to order the lobby sofa, right? But forgetting one little headset, well, that can bring your entire reservations team to a grinding halt. So here's the roadmap for our discussion today. We've broken it down into 5 key parts. We'll kick things off with what I call the unseen foundation. Then we'll jump into the digital nerve center, the tech that powers everything. After that, we'll talk about investing in people and productivity. From there, it's all about the process with the strategic procurement playbook. And finally, we'll connect it all, showing how we get from blueprint to bottom line. All right, let's dive right into our first section, the unseen foundation. And look, this isn't just about making a shopping list. No, this is about the nitty-gritty strategic process of making sure that every single team member has every single physical tool they need to do their job well from the moment they walk in the door. So what is OS&E exactly? It's all those movable, replaceable items that are absolutely essential for your hotel to function day to day. I mean, the success of your most crucial teams, like reservations and revenue management, literally hinges on them having the right physical tools. And that's why it's so important that everyone's on the same page, department heads, procurement, finance, to make sure everything is budgeted for correctly and, just as important, shows up on time. Okay, so we've got a handle on what OS&E is. Now, let's zero in on what is arguably its most critical component in any modern hotel, the digital nerve center. This isn't just a bunch of computers. It's the core technology infrastructure that powers your entire commercial operation. And when we talk about this stuff, the details are everything. Think about it. A powerful PC isn't some luxury. It's a necessity for running your property management system, your central reservation system, and all your data dashboards at the same time without slowing down. And for a revenue manager, a multi-monitor setup is an absolute non-negotiable. They have to see pricing, inventory, and what the competition is doing all at the same time, side by side, to make those critical, high-yield decisions. It's not an upgrade, it's the baseline. For any busy reservations office, the telecom equipment is its lifeline to your guests. You need crystal clear VoIP systems for professional sales calls. And you need ergonomic headsets that don't cause fatigue and let your agents work hands-free. But here's the real game changer: integration. When your phone system is fully integrated with the PMS, an agent can see a guest's profile pop up the second the phone rings. That completely transforms the conversation, right? It goes from transactional to personal in an instant. Look, I know we all want to be paper light, but let's be realistic. Hotels still run on certain physical documents. Secure, fast printers are still essential for things like contracts, registration cards, and critical backups. But here's a point a lot of people miss: compliance. These machines have to meet incredibly strict data security rules to protect your guests' sensitive information, which includes making sure that data is completely wiped from the device's memory after use. So you can have all the best technology in the world, but that's really only half the battle, isn't it? That brings us right to Section 3, investing in people. This is all about the direct, unbreakable link between the physical work environment and how well your team performs. And let me be clear, this isn't an expense. It's an investment in productivity, in morale, and ultimately in staff retention. Let's just think about this in a really simple way: cause and effect. What's the consequence of a cheap, uncomfortable chair? People get sore, they call in sick, they can't focus. What's the benefit of a proper ergonomic chair? Sustained, high-level performance. The consequence of a fixed desk: fatigue and restlessness. The benefit of a sit-stand desk: better circulation and more energy. Every single item on this list, from sound-dampening panels in a noisy office to the right kind of lighting, directly impacts your team's ability to perform at their absolute best. This quote just sums it up perfectly. Investing in high-quality ergonomic furniture is not a luxury. It is a long-term investment in human capital. This mindset is so important. It shifts the entire conversation away from how much does this cost right now to what is the long-term value we're creating. A healthy, comfortable, and focused team is a profitable team, period. Okay, great. We know what we need, and we know why we need it. So, how do we actually make it all happen? That brings us to Section 4, the Strategic Procurement Playbook. This is our step-by-step guide from writing down what we need to getting it installed and working. It's where strategy, timing, and really paying attention to the details all come together. All right, the absolute cornerstone of this whole process is the detailed specification sheet. The managers who will be using the equipment have to be incredibly precise. For instance, if you just write down headset, procurement might just buy the cheapest option available. But if you need a professional-grade, noise-canceling headset for a busy, loud call center, you have to specify that exact make and model. If you don't, performance is going to suffer. It's that simple. And this timeline, well, it shows a pretty stark reality, doesn't it? You have to plan way, way in advance. That specialized IT and telecom gear, it needs to be ordered at least 6 months before you open. Any delay here starts a catastrophic domino effect, pushing back installation, which pushes back training, which pushes back system testing, and that puts your entire opening schedule at risk. So if there's one number you take away from this section, let it be this one: 6. 6 months. That is the absolute bare minimum lead time you need for your key technology. You just have to plan for it. And all of this brings us to our final section, where we tie everything together, from blueprint to bottom line. This is where we draw a straight line from all these physical things we've been talking about, the hardware, the furniture, the whole process, directly to the ultimate goal, hitting your commercial targets and driving revenue. So, what does that path to success actually look like? Well, it's really these 5 steps. First, you define your real operational needs. Then, you specify every single item in painstaking detail. Third, you budget and procure strategically. Fourth, you install, test, and train your team. And the result of all that? An environment that is optimized for peak performance from day one. So, I'll leave you with a question to think about as you move forward in your own careers. Take a hard look at any operation and ask yourself, is the physical environment here a catalyst, actively helping us drive revenue, or is it an unintentional barrier holding us back? The answer to that question really will define your success.